Well, greetings, hello, and welcome back. I'm ImperialJedi, episode number 5 coming at you. Appreciate you being here. Welcome. Alright, so what do we have on the docket for today? So I've been talking about roundabouts for like ever, it seems like, so we're definitely going to put at least 2 of those in. We'll kind of expand the neighborhood up in this direction a little bit over here. And I'm hoping to maybe use one of the pre-made ones, just very simple, kind of incorporate that in. And I actually want to split this back up and have a little bit of fun making our own roundabout. Show you guys something kind of cool. Hopefully you'll find it useful. And I do want to actually expand a little bit more on the Port of Washington Parkway, start introducing some more on and off ramps. And then I don't know, like I'm very excited to make it. I know it's gonna look amazing. I actually don't know if it's gonna work though. But I have this really cool idea to try something over here. So this will be kind of an experiment. It might take a few episodes to figure out if it's actually gonna work or not, and I don't know about time-wise if we'll be able to get it all done, but I have a really neat interchange in mind over here. And we will be doing a rebuild to this interchange. And that'll be kind of its own dedicated episode. I want that one to be like a little bit more grandiose. Okay, I do apologize. My voice is a little bit sore and tired today, so if I sound like I'm going through, puberty again, maybe I am. Who knows? Maybe I'm a late bloomer. But yeah, my voice is a little bit tired. But I just want to make some content, so let's just work with it. All right, so I guess unless we kind of, say otherwise, let's maybe think about buying just the 9 tiles that are kind of in that big square right here. And, when it's all said and done, when we unlock all the milestones, finish everything, maybe we can use some mods, give ourselves something bigger to build on. But for the moment, it gives us a lot of space. We can access the trains, lots of access to the highways, waterfront for, harbor and industry. We can probably put in a hydroelectric dam over here, too. Try some cool stuff out. Okay. Actually, I wanted to buy this tile as well. Cool. So, very plain and simple. Let's just use one of the pre-made ones. There's 2 types already in the game. You've got one that is designed for highways, the large one, and you have one that's more in mind for residential. You can free place these wherever you want. If you right-click, that'll rotate them, and if you hold down right-click, same idea, just like before. Nice little song and dance. Hold down right-click, move your mouse around. And these will want to snap up sometimes. So I'm holding down. There you go. I was holding down the right clicker over there. And then someone was asking, what's the deal with roundabouts getting all warped? Well, that's a good question. So if you just place a regular old roundabout and it has 0 streets attached to it, and you're like, oh, that is a charming roundabout, let us connect a street to it. Well, sure, that seems like a smart idea, right? But if we just come in all willy-nilly anyway, not attaching to the nodes here, look what happens. Uh-oh. Completely borked it, right? Oh god, it's getting worse. Oh, send help. So what do you do here? So let's plop this back down. Right, there's our roundabout. So the fact that the game gives you the roundabout with the anchor points, that's kind of a hint. So to make sure nothing gets borked, we either want to put an anchor going inside or going outside. And now between these 2 nodes, this is safe. I'm not going to add a lot of them, but you could add some more. Also, too, when you add more roads, see how it creates more nodes? Nodes are where the cars are going to have a chance to kind of recalculate their route. So you might see some bizarre lane changes happening if you have too many nodes, especially if the nodes are really close together. So while they're anchored, you can also just rebuild your roundabout. Bonk. Done. Yeah, so keep it anchored. That keeps it from getting all warped. And spread your intersections out. Holy smokes. Okay, well let's just a little simple roundabout incorporation into this neighborhood here. And roundabouts are really good when it comes to neighborhoods in the sense that you can make this kind of like a planned little like cut off from the rest of the city, local traffic only kind of vibes. Yeah, oh, for goodness sakes. Sorry, 1 second. Speaking of things to deal with. Okay, problem solved. So this can maybe have like 1 or 2 exits in and out, that's it. Kind of keep it that local traffic vibe so no one will really cut through unless they live here. Or you could do maybe a different approach where you kind of limit ins and outs with one-ways. In this kind of approach, it just limits people to arterial roads, which is kind of the vibe we're going for, right? So maybe this can be wider to get you in with the little one-way network here, right? So I think of traffic flow, it's a little bit early on for us to really have any big problems with traffic, but we just don't want to have like a big wide road kind of abruptly end. That'll just create unnecessary bottlenecks, and it might force a lot of traffic to go through residential zones when we don't want that. That'll create traffic, that'll create noise, that'll make people, sick and unhealthy, and oh goodness, it's fire. Okay, very simple, right? So one way in, one way out. There's a double lane going in and out, and then we can just kind of close this off to the rest of traffic. And you know what? Let's try to break away from a little bit of the perfect grid here. Let's try going a little bit upward. There we go. Just think of like what might be easy though with traffic. So instead of making it too tight of a turn here, you can extend that, right? And it kind of just breaks away from the grid. Gives us some fun intersections. Okay, so I was saying, I think in the first episode, that you're not really in a rush to get through the milestones, but you do want to get to at least the point where you can unlock the incinerator. So that's 6,500. We're pretty much over the halfway point. So I'm just going to zone, which is the goal of us trying to constructing these new neighborhoods. I'm not going to be doing any zoning on the roundabout itself. And then as another approach, we can maybe put some pedestrian pathways going over top of the roundabout, especially this intersection here, just to cut back on people slowing down traffic coming in and out. Okay. I don't know if we've unlocked them yet. No, we have not. If you don't want people parking in your roundabout, simply switch, or on the side streets for that matter too, just switch to a road that has got a tree lining it. So this two-lane, one-way road with trees, we switch to that, there'll be no room for the parking. The little boulevard parking spot gets replaced with a tree. Okay. A little bit of residential fun. And then we're going to do our same old song and dance when it comes to decorating. But just for the sake of the pacing of the episode, let's get this just zoned, get the people in, and then we'll work on the highway stuff. I feel like, though, every few episodes will probably take some time to do some detailing. And I would say, just as like a general rule of thumb, it's always a great idea to maybe leave a lot of room in between the highways and neighborhoods, you know, highways and big projects. Like I said earlier, this is kind of cutting it close, but I think we're okay. And the thought is, you know, when we unlock the trains, maybe need some more highway exit and stuff, like you want to have the space already available. We'll unlock probably some big, you know, unique buildings eventually as well. Want to use those? Got some spaces open. That'd be great. All right, so this is a little bit dangerous, having this many intersections close together. So let's back that up. Just get a little bit fun and creative. There, so it's a grid, so it's kind of easy to follow. Good for traffic to a certain extent, you know. Always keep in mind gridlock, right? Like the grids can kind of work against you, but you guys have fun with them. Okay.
You're tuned in to Coast, I'm Tony.
And we'll just stretch over some pipes. We'll make sure that we've got enough demand over here, and we can do that by increasing the land value. We'll put down some parks, some quick services, and then we'll push on to yeah, the highway stuff. Actually, before, holy smokes. Oh, I almost forgot. So, what I want to do with this part right here, just really, really quick, actually, while I'm thinking about it, is I wanted to break this back into two different roads, and I actually wanted to make a little roundabout by hand. Okay, so what I've done is I've exited here with the one-way, and we're leaving, not the one-way, sorry, with the four-lane avenue. Oh my goodness, words. And I've left enough space here so the intersections aren't too close. And then what we'll do is probably start about here. Cut this off. And let's try and swoosh this in so it looks kind of nice. Oh yeah, that's good. And I'm just kind of making sure the sidewalk and everything looks kind of nice. When it happens, you'll exactly know what I mean. How do I recreate that? I think if I back that up slightly. Can't even do it by accident, never mind. I'd say that intersection's a little bit too close together, but I didn't end up getting what I wanted, which was a mistake, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, just play around with the spacing, both the, you know, the width between here and just the length of these. So if you find that like what you're after isn't what you're getting, just try it again. All right, this is kind of cool. You can kind of split this, have like a grand boulevard kind of vibe. We're probably gonna have a metro run underground and then pop up through here, which will look like fantastic when it's all said and done. Maybe a tram, right? Partial underground over here, you know? That'd be really cool, actually. Holy smokes, we're getting so carried away, and I love it. This is about roundabouts. Okay, so let's say you got these really cool one-way roads, right? And you wanted to introduce a roundabout to them. I will show you something fun. So we're going to quickly draw a set of one-way roads going the other way. And the spacing can be even, can be the same if you want. Doesn't have to be, though. That's 320 credits. I use that a lot for spacing distance, just to kind of help myself out. We'll change the directions in just a second. Probably won't go that far because we're going to interfere with the highway, right? But we'll figure that out after. Just so it's a little bit easier to follow along, let's get the directions lined up. Alright, so you basically have here a square about, which in itself isn't really a bad thing. You can actually use them in the game pretty well. But what we're looking for is a roundabout. So we're going to just delete now our inside roads. We're left with this. All the roads are going in the right direction. We're going to come over, take our one-way road, switch over to the freeform road tool, anchor once, anchor twice, and then just kind of swoosh on over. And it completes, makes this really nice roundabout. And then bonus points, see where the nodes are? Go node to node. If you don't like the spacing, figure it out after, right? Because that's definitely not the right spacing there. Maybe not node to node. Okay, back it up, hold on. What would be our bare minimum? How would we do this here to make it seem like it's easy to follow along? Alright, so 45-degree angle is achievable, and we can probably just cut right across, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're finding the 45-degree angle. We're cutting across. The angle shows on the inside. Oh, there's multiple 45s. Oh, alright, well maybe this will take a few takes here. But the idea is this will allow you to bypass the roundabout if you wanted just to kind of, swing a quick right. That's kind of fun, right? So we'll keep this nice and grandiose. We'll try and incorporate that into the city. I apologize, my poor voice again. Okay. Continue with our pipes, it's really easy. You know what, that's gonna drive me crazy. A little bit better. All right. Let's do a little bit more zoning, just so as we go, the population hopefully rises. I'm going to toss in just a little bit more industry. Oh, and I don't remember the thought process, but I think I made some of these one-way roads by accident. I'm totally drawing a blank as to why I would have done all that. So let's maybe keep some of them for the sake of some traffic flow. I don't know. I think that was an accident. I'm not sure. I only just thought of it because I just did it right there again, right? Okay, so the way that we have the garbage dump set up, I actually can't get that going. So theoretically, we're creating a little bit of a bottleneck already through this. So I think I might just give us a bit more room to work with lane-wise, coming out like that. And then when we unlock the incinerator, I'm probably going to relocate the garbage dump. And I don't know if I want another intersection here, in case you're kind of wondering. Okay, just a quick little simple box over here. Put in just a smidgen of commercial, just to get some variation. Although who wants to work that close if you're a commercial employee, right? Okay, now I think I brought pipes over. I don't know if I brought enough. I'm kind of drawing a blank here. Oh, good. Almost enough. Right, that was that point. Of course I'm drawing a blank. I'm already trying to shut that out of my mind. All right, probably need another fire department. Just help extend the coverage slightly. All right, police should still be good. I'm not going to spend too much money on this in the beginning. The crime rate's actually gone down, and we still have the same police station, so that's good. Education is a slow grind. It's not like when you place a school, you're automatically leveled up. Your citizens have to go through the education levels. All right, and see how it differs from level to level. Some of them will come in from the region already university educated, but more or less are going to come in without any. Or if they're born here, right, you have to teach them. So be prepared for a slow battle with that. And it's good to get education introduced early, which is kind of ironic because I forgot to put it in that second episode. Okay. This is enough kind of generic zoning. We can go on to our highway expansion. Get a little bit close to this. Cool. Okay, so as far as the Port of Washington Parkway is concerned, I've got a couple cool ideas here to create some on and off points. And I'm going to slightly change that. Just the spacing of it, that way it comes down. Alright, just giving us a little bit more room to work with. I'll line these two up here. And this is probably going to be the only real challenging part if you are following along at home. So I'm going to try and line these up so that it's kind of like perfectly straight with this. And that's going to be a real challenge. We can zoom right in and we can kind of use, I think that's actually it right there. If I'm holding down the right click and I'm just gently wiggling. So going left or right, just ever so gently. And you can kind of see by the pixel, it seems like that is, wait. Nope. Oh boy. There? No, it's off by one. You know something? I had it too. Oh boy. That's the one. And if it is not exact, that really doesn't matter that much. We're gonna do our best though. Okay, plopping that right down here. Cool. And then, very simply, let's connect this up. Bring that a little bit further out. Oh, fantastic. Oh, trolley buses can go in now. Oh, that's great. All right, never a bad idea if you want to pause. I mean, it does pause you when the milestone happens, but you know, if you're building, take a little bit of a break here. We've unlocked a whole ton of stuff. This is really cool. Bigger buildings too, high density. So this will help a lot with their population. And I have the Japanese assets as well. So really cool stuff coming our way. Okay, first things first though, highway. When you do make the jump to high density, you will notice a lot more traffic. So we're gonna have to get the area basically ready for that. Okay, I don't know how we're gonna use these streets yet, but that's not important. We're gonna keep these in for the anchor points. All right, this is the part that's gonna be awesome and hopefully doable really quickly on the first go. So I'm gonna first left click, and that sets the height, so we're the same height pretty much. And what I'm gonna try and do is go this node. I'm gonna be pretty much as close as I can get. And I'm gonna come down. You see that just goes in a straight line. Now watch what happens if I go one further away. See that kind of warps it a bit? So the spacing's important. We're pretty much as close as you can get. And this is where things get a little bit crazy. We've still got it anchored. I'm gonna turn the camera a little bit sideways. We got lucky here because of that little divot. But we're gonna try and lower the height of the bridge here. And we're gonna do it spread out in a way that we don't have too steep of an incline. And when we change this around, we'll see this smoothness kind of flatten out a little bit. That's not too bad. Probably could be done a little bit better. And it's a lot of trial and error, in not a bad way, just kind of like a patience way, you know? The new node has been created. It's very hard, you can kind of see, to line everything up. It's not even giving us the proper nodes here. So it's a very challenging thing to do here, but not impossible. And it's just, you know, we're anchoring, we're going almost, you know, node by node here, trying to get what feels like the right spacing. That's not it again. And then I think the key, you know, the key to this is to make it as long as the area would provide, right? Just a little bit of a drop sooner. There, that's it for me. Cool. And then we don't have too much room at the top. Again, if you left click, it brings the height to the same. But we don't want to be too long. See how that bubbles it? So we're just going to find where it looks the nicest. And we can meet in. And because we're doing a little bit of lane mathematics here, we're going to go from 2 lanes to 1 lane. This could be a single lane the whole way through even. That might look a bit fast for the speed limit. Personal preference, right? And then sometimes you might get a little bit lucky. Delete the roads from the bottom and top nodes, keep just these guys, and then redraw it. You might get better. Oh yeah, look at that, gorgeous. Cool. So let's recreate that on the other side. It looks more intimidating than it actually is. And again, you know, the heights, you know, we can play around with this, right? the longer it ends up being, the easier it'll be. Remember that like golden rule that 12 units is the maximum the bridge can be before it starts becoming, you know, warped, right? So there's the 12, there's 13. See the difference? All right, so how do we do this again? We did a one-way road. We are on straights. We're gonna probably use the same marker point, and for us that was a starting right here. All right, we're as close as we can get. And we're gonna test that out by going and making sure it goes straight, which it does. We're gonna find the anchor points. We're gonna go sideways. This is the challenging part, you know, because the hills are gonna be throwing us off too. But we're just gonna try our best. Where's the anchor? It's over here. Cool. Again, not an exact science. You might have a little bit of a difference because of the terrain. But beauty's in the eye of the beholder. When I first started playing this game, I did not mind it at all. And then I went through this phase where everything had to be symmetrical. Like when I was brand new, like everything was just the weirdest slopes. Nothing looked kind of nice, but it worked. And it was fun, so I didn't really care. And then I went on this, tirade where everything had to be perfectly symmetrical. Spent hours and hours and hours redoing stuff. And then, I don't know, I got to this point where it's like, real cities have curves. You use the flow of the land. You know, things happen along the way. Sometimes the mountains are in the way. You gotta rotate or whatever, right? So don't make things like perfectly straight. It's kind of hard to find like perfect symmetry in nature as well. It looks awesome, right? But then you'll drive yourself crazy. And if you have like one street or it's just one little thing that is off, I would argue that it kind of ruins the whole flow of everything. So don't put yourself through that mental strain, you know? Just have some fun. Go a little bit of free-for-all. Okay. This is really cool. We can get rid of this anchor point now. We can probably extend this as well. Yeah, we can definitely do that. And I think the goal would be to create the same thing on the other side. And notice how we're just lining up the pillars here and the endpoints. And that creates even Steven pillaring. So I think in the interest of saving time, I won't do it. Maybe we'll do it in the next episode. But all we would be doing is essentially recreating this. You know, we can try for the same length. We'll probably ballpark eyeball. This would work very well versus a traditional diamond interchange because we're not introducing any stoplights. The roundabout will be nice and free-flowing. And then we can change this, of course, over to the one-way, right? Oh, look, someone's using it. Oh, well, hello. Look at you, lucky truck. I love how the trucks just kind of sway. Yeah, little bum sways. Cool. And then what's a way that you could make the in and out a little bit faster for the roundabout? I won't do it here because it's going to be very, very close, but the way to do it, if you guys are curious, right? We have our anchor points in. What we would do is keep that anchor. We'd chop a little bit of this off and then create a little Y intersection here. And it's probably going to be easier on that side, but you'll see that there it is. The magic moment where it suddenly just loves to connect. When I delete that, I can switch this. And then, again, intersection spacing is important. I'm not going to throw this one in because it's going to be too close. Or unless we did that, then symmetry is all... Ugh. So sometimes weigh it. Just means the vehicle has to slow down slightly when they make the turn. Okay. Now, I wonder if there's a way... I almost feel like, and this is probably some of you typing this out even right now, should we not just arguably be doing this? Like curving these two together? I think we should be, right? Why wouldn't we be? Guys, let me know in the comments section. I think we need to take that turn, though. Yeah, we take that turn, and then that part can go meet back up and then bridge. Let me know if that's okay with you. I think so, though. All right, point of this is to give you ideas for the on-off. I think we've done that. Cool use of the roundabouts. Now let's try something fun over here. And then we'll end off with that really sneaky, fun little interchange that hopefully will work. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. Okay, so just very, very, very simple over here. Close that off. You can even see our arrows. There's a Porter Washington Parkway underground. Let's go visit that. And this is that like LA style approach where you're just kind of throwing in some on-off ramps, just kind of wherever they just comfortably fit. And let's start here just so it looks a bit cleaner. Again, just spacing for intersection before we go underground. Oh, even that works like that, eh? Yeah, that's not too bad. Tunnels are pretty steep. So if you're absolutely diehard, you can terraform a little bit to begin with, almost create like a sunken portion like this, was not as terrifying, but you know, it just sometimes happens in this game. Thought process, lane mathematics. If you want, totally up to you. We can go 3 lanes here. I think we're gonna upgrade this to the highway eventually, and then the 3 lanes would create a dedicated turning lane. The middle lane will probably also be a turning lane, and then you'd hopefully see, not weird lane changing here, but you'd see people use the middle lane to access this to turn left, and then the inside lane to continue right up here. If we had traffic president mod running, or if you wanted a little bit faster flow through, we could do this. Only 1 lane here gets used though. If we had traffic president, we would turn this into 2 turning lanes going left, and there's your bypass from the light. Still could be added, hypothetically, right? Slip lanes work well, just as long as the spacing is good. All right, so it's a really quick little way off. I'm gonna show you something fun over here. I'm kind of picturing this in my mind's eye. So I think it's gonna work, but at the same time, oh my goodness, okay. Wish me luck here. Where do we start? Oh, this will be so cool. Okay, I see this now. Let's try and translate it. So we'll use this road as a fun alternative to an on-off. Oh boy, how are we gonna do this one here? Yeah, I see it, I see it. Basically that, okay. I actually might just try and eyeball this here. So we've anchored, I've gone sideways, and I'm gonna try and just come in at an angle. Well, that's perfect somehow. Then I can link, oh wow, this is actually gonna be really nice. Oh, options. Okay, let's go to here. We're gonna keep an eye on the pillars. We're gonna delete that, just redraw the line between the two, and that should smooth it out. Oh yeah, much better. And then I don't think these pillars are too close together, or the nodes. All right, that actually looks really awesome. So there's a fun way in. Now this can be 2 lanes coming in. So someone turning left will turn to their lane, someone turning right will turn to theirs, and then they'll merge, accelerate, hit the highway. And then if they wanted to get off the highway, say here, let's give them just a quick, simple diamond interchange to do that. Okay, so let's give ourselves a nice long approach. We'll be pretty close, and we want to come down kind of like that. And we're just going to eyeball it. I think we're getting better at that. So we've anchored. I've turned the camera slightly sideways. And we're just going to do our best here to try and come in. Maybe anchor that again so this part's smooth. A little steep, a little steep. Try that one more time. I don't think that was bad or anything, but just one more time here.
Woo-wee, sports fans! Hope y'all are stoked and ready to make some noise
Okay.
and party tonight. Gearing up for the
And then
weekend, folks.
turn that one back on while still being anchored.
Grab some adult beverages. Always remember to drink responsibly.
Well, that's much better. Yep, much better. And then this should just be, yep,
Who are you all rooting for?
cool.
I know I'll be cheering for the home team.
Now, the opposite mentality of what we just did right there, or, sorry, over here, what we're having is 1 lane exit that now has the option to split into 2. So hopefully you'll take the lane you want when you decide if you want to turn left or right at the end of this intersection. So that's you right there. Okay. Now, we basically need a way for this to get off the highway. And the thought was to use, this whole area here is like transit turnaround. We can probably make a park out of it as well. All right, are we just gonna try this? Yeah, I think so. This is what I originally saw in my mind's eye, and I needed to put that in first to see if we can sneak around it. Oh, you see how? Oh, that's so good. I don't know how we got lucky right there. Oh, wow. Yep, it's gonna work. Yep. I'm gonna come in and underneath here, if you'll let me. Oh, it's the pillar up here. Okay, so let's go a little bit more forward. Slow and steady to win this race. We're just looking at it eye level. Great. Oh, I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. And then this can be a fast way to here. That's so good. Now, I'm going to use, I think, one of the hubs when we unlock those. That's actually not too far away from now. I'm probably going to bring in the regional buses. So we'll do a, the inner city bus hub, which looks really, really fresh. Kind of like a Greyhound bus terminal. We'll drop that in here. And we're probably going to do a little bit more with the one-way roads. So we can have maybe a little custom pickup drop-off point too. Oh no. This is that bad point. Our garbage dump has filled up. That's no good. So I'm going to throw down a second one. This just kind of buys us a little bit more time. And I'm going to throw down a recycling center too. Maybe just over here. So the mentality, right? We want to unlock the incinerator. Otherwise, we'll keep having to place down more of these. So we can't lose that. Let's build mentality. So I'm going to zone some more. Our garbage problems should be sorted. Always good to keep an eye on the city, especially when you're micromanaging all the other stuff, right? Sometimes you lose focus. But yeah, the garbage will get solved. And I think I did mention it before, you know, don't be afraid if you want to make a new garbage center, make a small little service ramp, access to the highway, put those slightly away from the people so the noise and the pollution won't bother them, but that's closer access to the people. So just keep them near the highways. All right. This is good. We still, I believe, actually I think we kind of meet all requirements here, right? We got the way on. Kind of fancy and fun. We'll connect some more stuff to this too, the bus stuff. All right, if you want, hop off really quick, come back around. If you're a bus, you can do that. This is your way really quick off here. This is two-way road here. This could be a little bus thing, right? Or park. And there's your way back on. Yeah, I think we're okay. It's kind of a fun interchange too. Fun and custom. We'll decorate with some trees when we know what else we're going to be putting in here, but we'll leave that for the moment. And maybe we'll spend like 5 minutes. I think this will be really fast and easy, hopefully. But kind of a fun interchange that I'm seeing pop up a little bit more frequently in the United States is a single point urban interchange. And let's try and get the suspension. Oh, how many units was that, by the way? Can we count that out? Not really, right? Okay, so is that 10 or is that... Oh boy, let me turn these things off. All right, so that's 10, 11, and... Oh, it's 12 units, okay. Okay. So that's our bridge. You can kind of see where that's going to lead. And I'm going to try this. I've not tried it in vanilla. I had that big speech earlier, so hopefully this is going to work. It's going to look really awesome, if nothing else. All right, so I want to be one space again. Or what would be... Is that middle of this? That would be the middle, so I need to be 2 spaces away. Okay. And let's say do it from here. I think I'm 4 clicks up right now. That sounds about right. No, sorry. Wow, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 5. Wow. Okay, counting is not my strong suit today. But I think you want to maybe play around with the different heights here. Okay, so that's that part connected. That's going up. Now, what is a single point urban interchange? Oh, that's a good question. When you see one, it might make sense. They're called SPIWIs, which is kind of weird. The abbreviated term. The idea is just kind of faster on and off for interchanging here. And we achieve that by making some really cool on-offs here. So we're going to go here to here. We're going to go here to here. And so we'll test and see if this actually works, because it's a lot of roads going through. I'd also even make the argument that like that should be backed away. Instead of having the, 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, never mind. Instead of having 5, we have 4. We'll just carry that down. Just trying to be conscientious and not really make a bottleneck zone. So you don't really want only one way in or out of a spot. Now, these power lines, do we need them? Not really. Maybe get rid of some of them. I think it's fun to keep some corridors, though. So we'll probably toss some more of those back down near the highways and stuff, just for decoration. And then conscientious of the fact that we are getting close to a people zone, so maybe we can back some of this industry up. Do you have a lot of demand for it? So, not a bad thing. But just being wary of our people, right? And maybe make a little bit more of a boundary here. Okay. Well, I think that's it for the moment. I think we're kind of out of time here. But I don't know, I'm curious to see how this is going to work. Anyone going to use it? I wonder. But yeah, theoretically you sit here, and when it's your light, you just turn left that way. And then traffic, can bypass its own light, sneak a right, you merge up safely. These are theoretically like 1 lane, 2 lane. But we'll play around with this. I want to see if it works. And we'll recreate the same on the other side. And that might maybe mean that we have to rethink how this goes. That's just more fun. More fun for the drawing board. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. It's a little bit of a longer episode. Hope you enjoyed this. And boy, oh boy, this is coming together. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. I really think it's a smart idea. Yeah, to swing on over, loop this on up, and then connect that back up a road like that, and then head on over. And then make this maybe the university campus. That'd be kind of fun. Campus DLC. All right, guys, next episode, let's focus on some more expansion. Let's get the city budget going and just build for bigger and brighter things. We'll probably take a look at our services as well, maybe fine-tune. Doing well, I think, for money and whatnot, though. Oh boy, water. Okay, yeah, we'll save all this for next episode. I'll see you guys again. Take care of yourselves. Happy building. And as always, thanks for being here. Hope you guys are having a fun time playing along. And I'm going to do my best to maybe talk a little bit more. I think with the heights and stuff, that may have been a bit more challenging. All right, guys, I have been uploading them as well. Take a look at the description. If the save file does not work, it possibly means you're missing some of the DLC. I will eventually use all DLC, so just be fair warned. All right, guys, see you in the next episode. Look forward to the comments, and happy building.